Hey everybody! So I'm back with a Traveler's Notebook layout. I'm working in this same one that I have been working in for a couple weeks now. I'm going to be doing the very last page, and then this chunky monkey is finished. I am going to be playing with the brand new Wild Whisper collection called Strength of the Season, and it's gorgeous. The colors are just beautiful. Because this is such a chunky monkey layout, or notebook, I'm going to go ahead and use my Teflon bone folder to score and cut two sheets of really thin white cardstock. So this is cardstock, it's not printer paper, but it's super thin. And I'm going to use it and work kind of out of the notebook and then bring the pages back in. I also have this awesome fusible acetate sheets from We Are Memory Keepers. I got them at a cherry on top, and I will post the link below if I remember. But if you're looking for it and you look down below and the link's not there, just leave me a quick comment and I can get back to you. So I've cut that We Are Memory Keepers fusible acetate. It comes in a sheet of 12 by 12, so you can cut it down. You can use it as 12 by 12. You can, there's so many things you can do with it. It's a really nice, kind of cool product. It cuts really easily. So I've cut a sheet of that acetate. I've used some painter's tape to kind of temporarily put my two thin sheets of cardstock together. And I'm just going to make sure I have my size right, that this will fit down into my pocket, because this is a pocket page notebook. And so my plan is to do a little bit of, like an invisible page in between my two notebook spreads. And I'm going to put my photos on this fusible adhesive. I'm just adding some score tape. I find that this is the best adhesive to attach to this acetate, and then I'm going to put my photos, I'm going to line them up perfectly. So we end up with, in our pocket, these like floating pictures, right? So we're going to have the two sides that'll have all the decoration and all of the fun information and things, and then the middle pocket is going to hold both of our photos on this acetate sheet, which will make them look like they are just kind of floating between the two pages. I really love this. I love this fusible adhesive. I've used it before, and I really, really, really love the floating pictures in a pocket page notebook. I think it's awesome. So I'm just going to go ahead, I'm going to slip this down, and this acetate is thin. It is called fusible acetate, and I think that's why it's so thin, but it does the job. It's really cool. Okay, so these are the products from the Strength of the Season that I'm going to be using. I'm going to be using the cards, the stamps, and the die cut pack. And so first thing, I'm just going to go through the pocket cards and pick the ones I want to use on my layout, and I'm going to kind of set them off to the side. And then I'm going to go ahead and also grab some of the die cuts as well from those packs. Now I'm going to stamp. So I'm going to go through my Altenew stamps here. I think I'm picking colors. So if you're curious about colors, one is yellow ochre, the green is forest glade, and the purple is grape something. And now I shift my paper. It was my fault. I thought I shifted it, but I thought, oh no, it'll be fine. I stamped again, and it's not okay. This is why we use Post-it tape, because I'm just going to go ahead and flip this around so that the stamping that didn't go right is on the back side of the page. I'm going to retape my papers together, and then I'm going to continue on with my stamping in my Ginormous Misty. This is a project that requires the Ginormous Misty for a couple of reasons. You'll see why, one of them for another in a minute. So I'm starting with these like butterfly borders, which are perfectly sized for Traveler's Notebook pages. Probably perfectly sized or close to perfectly sized for cards too, but they worked really, really awesome on my Traveler's Notebook pages. I was like, yes, so cool. So now I'm going to be stamping both this green leaf and the purple flower. Another thing that I did before I kind of started was I flipped through the die cuts and I pulled the die cuts out that I wanted to use on the layout. So I kind of have those bits and pieces off to the side, but the star of this show is going to be the stamping. You'll see here why I went ahead and kind of post-it taped these Traveler's Notebook pages together. It was so I could do this. So now I can stamp across and the line where the two pages separate. And when you put it in the book, it'll be cohesive across the Traveler's Notebook spread with that floating clear sheet in the middle. So now I'm going to go ahead and this is my last full, or maybe not quite the last full one. What I'm going to do is I am going to do some second generation stamping. You really need a MISTI for this. There isn't a way you can do it with an acrylic block. But it is so cool. It's so fun. I love to do this. It creates, if you're stamping an entire pattern, this creates that level of kind of depth and interest on a stamped background that you would not, it just adds that little something awesome to a stamped background. So you go ahead and stamp full force and then you come back in and stamp it again and you see how it gives you that like shadow look? It's awesome. So I'm going to go through the notebook. You can see, because the second generation, you can stamp it like over things, and it's so cool. Now I'm taking some Shimmers and Glorious Days, and I'm just going to splatter that everywhere to add to my background. So I've just created pretty much a background paper using the stamps and that second generation stamping, and then the beautiful Glorious Days. And now I'm going to use these cards. So I picked like my favorite cards and my favorite sayings. And I'm going to go ahead and trim this one down so that it doesn't really it doesn't look like a typical 3x4 Project Life card. It kind of just looks like a die cut now, which I really, really like. I did not put any ink on any of these pages. Like I didn't ink any of the edges. I didn't really want to. I kind of just like the look of the crisp and clean design. So this is the card where I got the purple from. I really wanted that deep dark purple that's in the collection, and so I kind of just color matched it. I think I did a really good job with my ink. And now these are the die cuts I've chosen. I'm just going to layer them up. This page is really easy. If you started watching it, then you probably notice that this isn't a very long video because this page came together quite easily. These products work really well together. And another thing, the photos I'm using are just the yearly photos I take every year of my bee balms. I love my bee balms. Do not have a green thumb. I have a black thumb. Most things I plant die. I cannot keep a houseplant to save my life. But I got these bee balms from my cousin, and they're so pretty. And they took off. They like my soil. They like where they are. So every year I take pictures of my bee balms, and every year I also take pictures of my irises. But the irises are sentimental. They were my grandmother's, and when she moved in with us, she brought her iris bulbs with her and planted them in my front yard, and they do really well. So now I am that's for another layout though. We'll do an iris page another day. I'm just adding the tape runner to the back of this thin paper, and now, first of all, this Traveler's Notebook is done. If you want to see a flip through of it and you want to see all the different pages, leave me a comment below because I can certainly pop a Traveler's Notebook flip through into my schedule. But yes, I love it. I love the like floating pictures. That's like my favorite part. I think it's so, so cool. Here are all of your close-ups. Thank you so, so much for joining me today. If you liked my video, please give it a thumbs up. And if you haven't yet, I'd love if you would subscribe and hang out with me. We do about 5 videos a week on my channel, with all different kinds of projects. Traveler's notebooks, cards, just lots of things. So thank you so much. I'll talk to y'all soon. Bye.